The team know that the travelling support are willing them to deliver their first goal of the season tonight.
So this is the second of 4 pre-season games for Celtic this week. It's live and exclusive from the Walker Stadium. Leicester City taking on Celtic.
Back in Leicester, even though obviously you didn't play here?
Yeah, it's the first time playing at the stadium, but it's great to be back and a few familiar faces as well here.
And you're back as captain now. How does that change in terms of your responsibility out there on the pitch?
Well, it doesn't change it that much, just sort of set a good example to the rest of the team and just try and keep being an influence on them as well. But I'm mature enough now, hopefully, to handle the responsibility that comes with it, and quite looking forward to it.
How about this game? Is this important in terms of the build-up for the European match next week?
Of course, yeah. I mean, we've only played one game so far, so it's another 90 minutes to get under the belt. And Craig Levine's team always sort of get right up in your face, so expecting a battle tonight.
It's a friendly, but the Celtic fans expect victory. Are you going to all out for that?
Yeah, there's no such thing as a friendly.
You've got a good support again?
Yeah, tremendous. I mean, especially down in England, they're coming in their thousands, so it should be a good atmosphere.
Right, enjoy yourself. Okay. Cheers.
Neil relishing Simo partner Maciej Zurawski, who will be making his first start. He's in for Jeremy Ali Adier. What's your thoughts on the team? Strong team?
Well, I think this is as strong as we're going to get. The team, the boy Gary Irvin, obviously I've not seen a lot of, but he seems to be a good young player coming through. I do think Strachan will be looking to...
Just eager to get out and see the fans and that, and just get the warm-up done and get into the game really. It was just all the build-up, all the nerves start to build up, but it was really enjoyable, yeah.
What sort of advice did the more experienced players give you before kick-off?
It was more, Bobo taught me through the game, the full way through, just keep me right with positioning and stuff. Lennon was always helping me out, looking for the ball from me and stuff, which was good. And around the dressing room as well, they were encouraging me coming in at half-time, saying well done at me and keep it up and stuff, which was good and gave me a boost in that. And with Petrov in front of me, he kept me right as well and helped me out when the wingers were coming down and stuff, so I got a good partnership with him in the first half, which was good.
Will it be easier for you, do you think, if you start against Leicester?
I think when I've been thinking to myself at training and stuff like that, and I've been thinking about it, I'm actually more excited and with the thought of another game, because the nerves are out the way a bit, and I'd look forward to it a lot more, because it was just quite frantic the first 10 minutes and that, but I think I'd sit into my own game more, and it'd be a lot easier and I'd enjoy it a lot more.
Is training harder here with the first team and with the new management as well?
You need to be a lot quicker on the ball and stuff. The players are a lot wiser on the ball, so it's just you need to know where you're passing and things are going. The pace is roughly the same in that, but it's just movement for the senior players and that, and talking, and that was one of the main things the gaffer was saying to me, is just to work on my communication with my senior players, not to be shy and hide away from them, just to communicate with them the same as I do any other game. That
right back place is up for grabs. Jackie's gone, Didi's injured. Are you determined to make it your own?
I'd love to. Just the gaffer's been helping me in training and stuff. Just learning more about the position and stuff, and the senior players as well. Been doing a lot of shaping and stuff. I've got a lot to learn in the position because the football's different at a higher level and that. But I know myself, it's up for grabs.
Did ever so well on Saturday, I'm sure.
Zurawski's got a chance to build up a partnership with John Hartson as well.
That'll be a very difficult thing to do, but of course these things develop through the course of time. But for that lineup, is Gordon now perhaps thinking?
Who from my time at Stoke many years ago, I know, so he's a terrific player as well. So it's sprinkled with players that we know. Obviously the manager Levine and Kenny Black will be keen to put one over Celtic as well, so this won't be a friendly tonight, Brian.
Is Gordon now looking for the lads to step up another level from Saturday? And then
away support following the Celts again.
One more time, yeah, of course they turned out in their numbers on Saturday at Craven Cottage. They're here again at the Walker Stadium tonight, and they'll be expecting and hoping that their side can actually just come out on top against an old adversary in the likes of Craig Levine and of course his assistant Peter Houston. Neil Lennon. another occasion for him, and it must be a very special one for him tonight to revisit Leicester and lead out the Celtic team tonight.
Yeah, obviously he's used to the old stadium, but this is his first time back as a player at the new stadium. And he's a worthy captain of Celtic. He's very inspirational, and hopefully can get the boys going to a victory tonight.
Right, so it's Neil Lennon and company. Not really too many changes from Saturday, just the two that we mentioned. Ali Adier and Marshall drop onto the bench. Maciej Zurawski and Artur Buric will obviously start tonight. Now, how important is it for Buric to develop a very good and very quick understanding with the back four?
It's very important, Brian, because obviously Balde and Varga weren't complimenting themselves on Saturday. They let the strikers of Fulham get in behind them, and it's all about communicating. And that back three of Balde, Varga and the goalkeeper, because that's the most important. That's the spine of the team. If they can get that sorted out, then Celtic won't be leaking goals as they did at the end of the season last season. So it's going to be a very important game for the new goalkeeper Buric tonight.
Yeah, one very interesting note tonight about the match officials. One of them a young lady, so we'll see how she copes with the rigours of coming up against one of the most famous footballing sides in the world. And of course, young Amy Rayner, there she is, just in vision, you can see in action coming on Thursday night. Celtic will face Sporting Lisbon, and really all the action is concentrated upon tonight. We're just going through the match formalities with the photographs and the mascots as well, and of course we're about to get the game underway. But more obvious, let's talk more about Mo Kamara, who really had an outstanding debut for Celtic on Saturday. An absolute buzz bomb, works very well up the left hand side and is not really frightened to go box to box.
No, he was a pick of the bunch on Saturday, Brian. Obviously I can comment, I used to play left back. It's not easy at times to get back and up. He was working very hard on Saturday to get forward and forge an understanding with Magidi. But he was terrific for Celtic on Saturday.
And of course Gordon Strachan and Craig Levein, both colleagues at international level, and of course they faced each other in the Scottish League as well. I think perhaps along the lines of 1983, 1984.
Yeah, you're the man for the stats, Brian, so you'll be able to tell me.
So the Celtic team back into the huddle, and of course that's something that we're well used to, and the manager there, he's hoping that his side really took it off to a very, very good start. And it will be interesting to see how this partnership between John Hartson and Maciej Zurawski develops. It will be a very interesting one, and no doubt Zurawski very, very determined to make up for that penalty miss on Saturday. Perhaps a little bit of nerves into the bargain as well.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing, because I'm a bit disappointed for him, but I'm sure he'll be keen to make up for that tonight. Looked lively when they come on Saturday.
Well, James Vilosky, the young Australian, will get the game underway. And of course, it's Leicester City to start the match this evening. And it'll be young Gary Irvine who will take the first throw-in away out on that far right-hand side. And it'll be interesting again to see how Neil Lennon and Chris Sutton develop that partnership in the heart of the midfield. First touch for Zurawski. And of course, Leicester City very, very quick to come in and sweep things up. Baldi's first touch, hooks it away up to the halfway line. Petrov with a flick inside. Now Zurawski gets away from Stearman. Petrov picks up the scraps. On the left-hand side, and of course looking for Mark de Vries. He's inside the 18-yard box. Will Leicester City open the scoring? Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Dion Dublin was going through. He was brought down in the 18-yard box. Any other day, well, that could have been a very different story for the player. And of course, Bobo Balde just getting himself into a little bit of problems here. Stan Varga couldn't reach it. And it was Chris Sutton with a challenge on Dion Dublin.
Yeah, very slack again from Balde. We're only a minute into the game, and had slackness causes Celtic a penalty. And Dion Dublin, I thought it was a wee bit soft. I think Chris Sutton just got a nick on the ball, but Dublin's got a chance to put Leicester ahead.
Steps up, right-footed. It's a great save by the Polish goalkeeper. Absolutely fabulous for Buric. and he's got off to a very good start.
Well, his countrymen obviously a bit disappointed at missing a penalty on Saturday, but Boric gets himself off to an absolute flyer with saving a penalty in his first game, actually in his first couple of minutes of his first game, so great start from Boric.
He'll be a very, very disappointed man. And the keeper guessed right and got down and parried it away, so it's still level. It could have been a very different story moments ago.
Yeah, hopefully Bobo Valdi will learn his lesson and clear his lines, because that was a bit of slackness creeping in that we don't want to see, causing the penalty.
Now Aidan McGeady. Lennon linking up with Sutton. Nice little touch from McGeady, sets off Kamara up against Alan Maybury. And Leicester eventually digging themselves out of trouble. So a very, very good start for Leicester City, an even better one for Celtic, and of course Artur Boric. Now McCarthy. Maybury. Mark de Vries looking for a little knock-on from Dion Dublin. Square ball by Lennon. Nice little touch from Gary Irvine. Petrov turns back away from the 17-year-old Richard Stearman. And Petrov taking no chance whatsoever, giving it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Well, I think Celtic have been given a very, very early wake-up call, Tosh.
Yeah, most certainly. I mentioned a bit of slackness. Hopefully that will be out the road now, and Celtic can step this up. And it's a very important game, looking forward to this Champions League qualifier. But it's shaping up to be not a bad game tonight, Brian.
Well, one thing Leicester City are doing, they're not sitting back. They're going to play a pressing game. Anytime any Celtic player gets on the ball, you see a blue jersey closing them down.
Yeah, most certainly. I don't think this will be a friendly by any matter of means. Leicester will be keen, obviously, for the start of their season, but Celtic into their second game, they'll be looking to step up their fitness with one eye on this very important Champions League.
Stan Varga. Sutton and McGeady combining. And the youngster trying to break through there, but unable to do so. Momo Silla. Back to McCarthy, and wide again to Silla. Little flick on by de Vries, looking for Dion Dublin, but Dublin was just a little bit too deep on his left-hand side. Maybury loses out to Zurawski and Aidan McGeady. Zurawski offside.
Decent enough pressure there from Celtic, Brian, but McGeady looking to release, or Zurawski looking to get released a wee bit quicker than McGeady, just a wee bit unlucky. Yeah, there we see it there. Zurawski just stepping up into an offside position. McGeady must release the ball earlier for his run.
Well, maybe just went a little bit too early, but the end result is that Leicester City have possession back. McCarthy looking to start again. Gets it back from Maybury, first time from McCarthy up to Silla. This has been an interesting battle between Silla and Kamara. And Chris Sutton just coming across his former teammate, and Momo Silla has taken a knock in the process. He's still down, play continues. Gary Irvine on the far side, Silla's back on his feet. Now John Hartson. Petrov is in the middle. Well, that can be nothing more than just what you see on an oval-shaped ball on the field. That's more akin to a rugby tackle.
Yeah, just the strength of John Hartson and taking him beyond there. He had no option but to pull him back, and Celtic having a free kick in a very dangerous position.
It's a decent free kick. It's cleared away. Back in by Sutton. And the danger just goes away for Craig Levine's side. Good header from Balder. McGeady brings it down, but is being closed down very quickly by Dublin. Leicester have it back. Tiato switching play. Now Silla. It's a decent ball. And not a bad effort. Not a bad effort from Richard Stearman. A good cross from James Wesolowski, the young Australian, to pick out Stearman.
Yeah, Wesolowski just floating into the back post. Good touch from Stearman. Probably been better trying to play that back across the front of the goal, but a decent effort at this stage.
Well, Leicester City certainly have started very bright indeed. Little flick on by Sutton. And Rob Douglas well out of his goal. It's played back by Gary Irvine. Stan Petrov couldn't just collect that one from Stearman. Wesolowski. Johansson out wide again to Maybury. A lot of traffic coming down the right-hand side. Now Silla and Kamara going and trying to match each other for pace. Kamara does very well indeed. Dublin gets it over, and the shot comes in from Wesolowski. Dublin has it back. Tiato. Stearman up against Irvine. Tiato gets it back. Good block by Petrov. Good block. This will be a very tough test tonight, Tosh, for Celtic.
Yeah, all indications that Leicester are well up for the game. They've had a couple of chances and obviously had the penalty missed as well, but there we see a free kick, so it's tasty early on.
Yeah, the young Australian felled by Stilian Petrov. Got in Strachan, deep in conversation. And I just wonder if at this early stage you might be thinking about tinkering with things, but I think some things are best left alone and really try to get the team settled down. Now danger for Celtic. Over everybody's heads, John Hartson in the thick of things. And of course it was aimed for Dion Dublin, 36-year-old player, well, perhaps in the twilight of his career.
Yeah, but still a handful. They've got the advantage in the box, and what a front two that is. Landed the giants there, Dion Dublin and Mark de Vries. We know about de Vries from his Hearts days, but certainly Leicester will be looking for ammunition into the box for them to trouble Varga and Balde, but that'll be a good contest. Long ball aimed for Hearts, and it comes down to McGeady. Hartson hugging the left-hand touchline into Lennon. And again, well, Leicester City closing Celtic players down very quickly indeed. Long ball by Balde, looking for Petrov. Petrov acknowledging the attempt from the Celtic defender. Throw into Leicester City, they have it back. Now McCarthy, 12 appearances last year for Leicester. We're hoping to improve on that this year. Good interception from Sutton, well brought down by McGeady, gets away from Maybury. Hartson and Zurawski in the middle. McGeady does very well. Gets help from Kamara. Lennon to Hartson. Well, I just thought Chris Sutton was lining up for the shot there, hoping to get it from Zurawski. Leicester breaking. Stearman on the left-hand side, up against young Gary Irvine. Lennon assists, and the youngster does his job very well indeed.
Yeah, decent enough tackle, and got back into a good position there, jockeying, and the time to get his tackle in, but then Boba Walde sclaffs the ball out of the park, which he in these opening stages really has to get his act together, Brian.
McCarthy, long, too high for Stearman. Very high up on that left-hand side. Throw into Celtic. Well, it was 0-0 on Saturday. Celtic had their chances. They will be hoping to take them tonight. This indeed will be a very, very tough game for them, despite the fact it's a pre-season friendly. Craig Levein will be hoping one over on them.
Yeah, early on you see that Levein stamped his authority down here as well. His team are playing the pressing game, like to get busy in midfield and shut people down, and this game has the makings of a very good game of what we've seen so far.
Well, Craig Levein will have to operate with a limited budget for the next season. A lot of players have left the club. He's brought some quality players in. There's one of them, Mo Silla. Żurawski applying the pressure, but Silla continues. Well done by Silla. And eventually, the frustration, and eventually, it came from Aidan McGeady, and a free kick to Leicester. No, throw-in's been given. Well, I'm not too sure about that one. I'm certain that was a throw-in for Celtic. Sutton, you know, he's played that off Maybury, and the assistant referee's got that wrong.
Yeah, it's obviously it looked like a Celtic throw, but the throw's obviously been taken, and Celtic have got to go on with it now, Brian.
Danny Tiato with a left foot shot. Petrov closed them down very quickly. That was a good attempt from the Australian and the Leicester City captain.
Yeah, try to take advantage from the throw-in that didn't look as if it was theirs, and it ball back to the edge of the box, and Tiato had a snapshot. A sweet left foot he's got. He's been at Man City as well, another big club, but looking obviously to further his career here at Leicester.
Boroc, Petrov with the flick on, looking for Hartson. Offside again. Well,
New
John
balls,
Hartson
please.
not too happy about that one. Well, Leicester holding a very high line. That's something that Celtic will have to get used to, and they'll have to use their intelligence to get beyond it. And I'm certain they will work it out very quickly indeed. Kamara down the left, looking for Żurawski, finds him. It's given away by Żurawski. Williams inside to Wesolowski. What a night for young Richard Stearman, the young 17-year-old coming up against the quality side. He'll no doubt be enjoying this one.
Yeah, two young fullbacks in opposition there. Gary Irvine will be looking to get forward, and Stearman will be looking to trouble Gary Irvine, so it's going to be interesting. Another good contest over in that right left-hand side.
Yeah.
Whatever way you want to look at it, Brian.
Well, I'm sure you...
We'll say right.
I'm sure you know what you meant. Tiato trying to go around Gary Irvine, wasn't successful. Celtic youngster has it. Long throw, flick on by Hartson. And again, Leicester have possession. Alan Maybury. It's well knocked in by Tiato, knocked down by Williams. Wesolowski, well, trying to get a little bit fancy rather than playing it simple. And well hooked away and thumped away by Bobo Balde. Excellent clearance from the Celtic defender. Leicester City having a lot of possession for the moment.
Yeah, just a wee bit of slackness creeping in again there at the back. Gary Irvine taking a touch too many. Just clear your lines, get it out the danger area. Don't bring the opposition onto you in dangerous areas. And obviously Bobo Balde's got to tighten up a touch as well, but Leicester doing their job, putting Celtic under pressure at this stage.
Johansson through Danny Tiato. Now Leicester City in the attack. Mark de Vries up against Varga. Excellent save, and another fabulous save by the Celtic goalkeeper. Absolutely outstanding, Tosh.
Yeah, terrific stuff. Varga gets himself caught on the wrong side of de Vries. Looked as if they were both pulling at each other. The referee let it go, but Boroc coming out again, smothering the shot. Really good goalkeeping.
Well, there it is again. Gareth Williams released de Vries through the inside left channel. He managed to shake off Varga, but he couldn't get it beyond Boroc.
Yeah, making himself big, and that is really good goalkeeping. If you get beyond the back line, you're looking for your goalkeeper to be out early and thwart the danger.
Well, he says he's got a point to prove, not only in Scotland, but also the international scene as well. He's hoping to dispossess Jerzy Dudek.
Yeah, that's what he's looking at, but first and foremost, I think he'll be looking at domestically doing a job for Celtic. We're 16 minutes into his debut, and he's done very well so far.
Free kick for Celtic. Still in. Petrov will take this one. It won't be Gary Irvine. Well, that was not what I think he intended. And the youngster's actually limping as well. If you look at Gary Irvine, he's in a little bit of bother.
Yeah, I think he's going to require a bit of treatment from the physio. He's already signalled to the bench that he's in a bit of trouble. I don't know, it looks as if maybe his ankle, he's taking a knock, but he's certainly struggling at this stage, the young fella, and he's down now.
Yeah,
waiting for the physio to come on.
I think if there's any degree of you know, just any problem at all as far as he's concerned, I don't think Gordon Strachan will take the chance. I think he'll just get him right off.
Well, certainly they'll give it 5 minutes to see how it is. He's indicating that that's where he's got the problem. So the physio will give him a bit of treatment and see how it is. So this is going to be an interesting one, because I don't think, unless McManus can come on and play right back, there's another right back on the bench.
Yeah, that would be interesting, because McManus predominantly plays on the left-hand side. There's the free kick again. I've absolutely no doubt whatsoever. Yeah, you can see he's having a lot of problems there, and that's really the result of the free kick going astray.
Well, it's a bit disappointing, because obviously he made his debut at Fulham, done very well on Saturday, and we're only now 17 minutes into this game, and it looks as if he's going to be replaced. So very disappointing for the young lad, because he looked to be a promising player in his debut on Saturday.
And Gordon Strachan there calling over Aidan McGeady, and the Celtic midfielder be getting words of advice from the Celtic manager, and he's just pointing out one or two little things to him there.
Yeah, he's hands-on as a coach. He likes to, I think he made the statement that he's wanting to improve every player at the club, whether they're 16 or 30 or 35. His job is to improve every aspect of every player's game, and he'll be keen to coach players during games, at training, and having a word with McGeady there just to tell him what's required.
Well, Gary Irvine going up the tunnel, I think that could very well be the end of the game for him. Celtic down to 10 men temporarily.
Looks as if Beattie's going to come on. I don't know where he's going to fit in. Maybe Celtic could then go to 3 at the back, or Petrov could maybe slot in at right back. Yeah,
it could very well be the case, and it could be the case that they drop Chris Sutton back as well. But we're about to see what Gordon's going to do here. Now, Alan Maybury looking for Dublin. Very good catch. Very good catch.
That's terrific stuff. That's what you want to see from your keeper. High floated ball into the box, looking for Dion Dublin. But Boroch comes out, commands the area. Terrific goalkeeping, Brian.
Well, Celtic substitution about to be made. That's away by Niels Johansson, or rather Richard Stearman. And Chris Sutton just knocks the ball out, and the substitution now about to be made. Craig Beattie, you're dead right.
Yeah, Beattie come on. Looks as if Petrov's maybe going to drop back into that right back position. Not really suited, unless Beattie's maybe going to drop back in there. So this is a new role for Craig Beattie as well.
That's a learning process for him as well, and we'll see how he manages to cope with that very soon. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Leicester City have indeed started very brightly. They lost out in Norway against Lillestrøm. They'll be looking to make amends on behalf of the manager. Maybury down the right-hand side, looking for Silla. Good header from Varga. Saraski unable to control it. Williams inside. Picked up by Niels Johansson. Taking it back, no pressure applied from the Celtic strikers. McCarthy. Silla back to Maybury. Williams. The challenge from Hartson on Danny Tiato. Looking desperately to win that one back, and that was a little bit rash on Chris Sutton.
Yeah, he's a wee bit fiery, Danny Tiato. Been sent off a couple of times in his career, but I think obviously got a wee bit upset by the attention of John Hartson, and then went in late on Chris Sutton, but really got to calm himself down a wee touch.
Yeah, just the challenge on Chris Sutton there, just probably frustration coming through on that man's behalf there. He's trying to plead his case there with the match referee, and quite simply that's a waste of time.
Yeah, the referee having none of it, and knows it's a bad challenge, and that's why he blew for a free kick, but Tiato's got to just calm himself down a wee touch.
Kamara, well done, stepping inside, getting away from Silla. Zurawski unable to control again. Celtic have it back through Sutton. Slack pass by Dion Dublin. And eventually Chris Sutton crowded out. Tiato, good pass out to the left-hand side. Well done by Stearman. Good interception by Craig Beattie. He saw it coming all the way, and he timed it to perfection. And John Hartson bundled out of that one by McCarthy. Silla through the middle. This will be the goalkeeper's ball. And again, Artur Boruc gets it right.
Yeah, commanding early call to Baldy, out taking the ball, and obviously full of commitment. He's coming. He's obviously talking to Baldy and Varga. It's been a very good start from Boruc so far.
Kamara with the throw-in for Celtic. Just coming up on 23 minutes played, still goalless. Leicester City, they've had their chances. They missed a penalty in the second minute. And the Celtic goalkeeper came to the rescue again. But Mark de Vries was sent through by Gareth Williams. Now Celtic have it back. Aidan McGeady muscled off there by Wesolowski. That's an unfamiliar role for Craig Beattie, but no doubt he's more than delighted to get on the field and just get involved in the game. Tiato. Williams goes beyond him. Lennon tracks him. Tiato gets it back from Stearman. Now Wesolowski. A little bit too much for Alan Maybury. Does well to keep possession for Leicester. But a slack touch from him. Eventually gives it back to Celtic. Now Kamara. The buzz bomb up on the left-hand side. He's up against McCarthy. And again, just the physical presence and strength of the Leicester City defender shrugs off Kamara.
Yeah, but that's him showing the willingness to get forward again, Brian. That's a terrific play again from Kamara, joining up with McGeady. Just his first touch, obviously not good enough, and McCarthy getting across to read the danger, but he's trying to bomb on again as he was doing on Saturday at Fulham. So again, showing indications that he's going to be a very good player for Celtic.
De Vries up against Balde. Thrown for Leicester. Wesolowski, it's free. Little flick on there by Williams, and Celtic eventually cleared up. Craig Beattie takes no chances. Hartson does well, so does Zurawski. Hartson gets it back. Good run by Sutton. And the pass for Aidan McGeady, it didn't reach him. You could see what was going through Sutton's mind.
Yeah, very good play from Celtic again. John Hartson doing well with his strength, playing it into Chris Sutton, but again, just in the final third, again into the second game, maybe a wee bit critical, but it's got to get better, the pass in the final third of the pitch, whether it's crossing or through balls, it's got to get a wee bit better than that, Brian.
Silla, no doubt enjoyed his time at Celtic, but sometimes you need to change to move your future on. Offsides. Offside against Mark de Vries. And he'll be looking to do very well tonight.
Yeah, that's what they're looking to get in the wide areas, and de Vries are doubling, pulling away for that long diagonal, and obviously the support of the midfield players like Gareth Williams and Wesolowski to get up and support them, but look as if they're getting their tactics spot on at the moment, shutting Celtic down. Good with their passing, but Celtic obviously making a game of it as well.
Well, John Hartson thought he'd won that one, but the referee decided he got the final touch. Well, no doubt he'll be looking for service along with Zurawski. That's the way the goals will come. Bobo Balde barging into the back of Dion Dublin. It will be a free kick to Leicester City. And again, Tosh, the game just slowing down ever so slightly, just at walking pace at the moment.
Yeah, the tempo was good from the start. Here's Boruc coming again, good commanding call. players get out his road and he's shown the commitment that he wants to come and take everything. This guy looks apart, Brian.
Well, he's making a statement tonight. He's going to make it very difficult for Gordon Strachan, who's already been documented as saying that David Marshall will start as his number one.
Yeah, but tonight, and not for a long time, we've seen this commitment from a Celtic goalkeeper, just commanding his area and showing the presence required just to come and take everything. It really has been a great start from Boric.
Good pass from Bite, finding Petrov. Now Kamara up on the left-hand side. Decent ball into the back post area. And the header from Chris Sutton going astray. Well, he thrives on cross balls into that area. That's not been his best header, Tosh.
No, it wasn't the best header of his career, but at least he's getting in there. And again, Kamara delivering from this left-hand side, and it was, by Chris Sutton standards, a half chance.
Danitiato losing out. Good challenge by Petrov. Now Zurawski carrying the ball. Aidan McGeady's on the left-hand side. Can he get a shot off? He does. Trying to beat Rob Douglas at his near post area.
Yeah, it was a decent effort, but I think if Zurawski would have got his head up, he would have seen Stan Petrov on the right-hand side, but decided to play it to McGeady. Showing his wee trick, past Maybury, but left foot shot going into the side net, but I think the better option would have been Stan Petrov on the right-hand side.
Well, at least he's getting in there. He's taking the chances when they present themselves, but still goalless for the moment. Dublin does very well to find Tiato. Stearman into the feet of Gareth Williams. And Craig Beattie, well, he's got a record as a striker. Let's see how he fares as a defender tonight, and so far he really hasn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, he's capable, he's got good aggression, he's got a good attitude to the game, so Gordon Strachan's obviously asked him to go in there and do a job at right back, which he's doing at the moment.
Stearman, well closed down by Petrov, forcing Leicester City back almost onto top of their 18-yard box. Johansson will give it back to Douglas. Good clear out from the former Celtic goalkeeper. Well, Chris Sutton got away with that one, and Petrov took a little knock there. And the referee, Peter Walton, very quick to blow the whistle. It will be left to Bobo Balda to take this one. I understand from Craig Levine's camp that they won't be making any changes during the first 45 minutes, perhaps at half-time. And again, still in Petrov does very well indeed, and again the aggressor is Richard Stearman.
Yeah, they're not here to make up the numbers, Leicester. I think you mentioned there'll be no changes 45. I think they'll wait to the hour, give it their best shot to the hour mark, and then we could probably see both teams making a few changes. But again, Celtic getting a free kick in a decent position, so hopefully McGeady can make better use of it.
Well, the big guns are up. Balda's there, Varga's there, Hartson, Sutton. McGeady will take it. Comes off Danny Tiato, right into the hands of Rob Douglas.
Yeah, again, it wasn't the best of free kicks. I think it took a deflection, could have found a Celtic player on the way through, but Robert Douglas this time came out and commanded his area and covering up the danger.
De Vries wins the challenge. It's cleared by Mo Kamara and offside. Again, the flag's going up very quickly. Well, 30 minutes played. How do you think they've fared from Saturday to tonight?
Yeah, again, it's a pre-season game. It's difficult at times, but certainly Leicester, I've mentioned, aren't here to make up the numbers. They're getting about their business properly. Celtic need to get the ball down and get their passing game going, try and introduce the two forwards with better service. And when you get in the last third, the crossing and the service into the strikers got to be a wee bit better than that's been shown so far on Saturday and tonight, Brian.
Zurawski's pass going astray, intended for Petrov. Perhaps the wind catching it and taking it out to safety. Now Johansson. Long ball looking for De Vries, won by Balda. Mowasilla gets it back through McCarthy. Now Alan Maybury. Leicester quite happy to hang on to possession and take it back all the way and start all over again. Now Beattie. Again, long ball. Petrov unable to get onto that.
Yeah, Petrov looking back at Beattie there, but I thought it was an off ball, and Petrov should have had enough quality to get that under control, but Celtic on the attack again.
Petrov, and again he's muscled out of it, and again he wins a free kick, this time perhaps in a slightly better position rather than the cross.
Yeah, it was a foul. Stan Petrov tried to drive forward. Celtic have got to make better use of these free kicks in and around about the box. I know Gordon Strachan works very hard on set pieces, probably hasn't had time to stamp his authority yet, but Celtic have got to take a wee bit care, a wee bit better use with the free kicks.
Mo Kamara will take this one. I just wonder if he fancies going direct. He does, and it's well beyond its target.
Yeah, we touch unlucky, obviously, didn't get the dip required, but he's at least up there, he's having a go. There we see it. Just Rob Douglas looked as if he had it well covered, but again, indication that he's confident and not a bad effort.
Yeah, not too far away when you look at the angle, coming from behind the goal. 12 minutes to go till half-time. Still goalless. At least now Celtic making inroads to the Leicester City goal. And again, another foul, and it goes to show that Leicester City, they're not here to take any prisoners tonight.
No, they've worked very hard in this opening spell. Obviously Levine sent his team out to work hard, shut Celtic down, and when they've got the ball in the last third, look for the big two up front, and Dion Dublin and Mark de Vries. And they've been unlucky a couple of times. Obviously they've missed the penalty, de Vries going through, but you've got to say the man of the first half's got to be Boruc for his command of his area and a couple of good saves.
Varga knocks it down to Kamara. Still up with the interception. And it will be Kamara to take it. Zaraski knocks it down, gets it back to Balde. Petrov trying to find Beattie, and Beattie trying to close down Teato very quickly. Teato looking for his two strikers, but eventually Celtic getting it back.
Yeah, nice and early from Bobo Balde there, and Boruc doing his job, whether it's into the stand or up the park, he's clearing the area, and another good kick from him. He's looked confident, looks as if he's trying to forge an understanding with the back two in Varga and Balde. So again, full of praise for this guy Boruc, because he's really turned it on here tonight.
I just wondered if the referee was going to blow for that foul on Chris Sutton. Wesolowski just sticking a foot out. Celtic have possession. They have the advantage, but they're not really going very far, so I wonder why. Now Neil Lennon on the far side. It's getting very, very interesting now, because the tackles really are starting to fly in. Good clearance from Boruc. Away by McCarthy. Over the head looking for de Vries. Back by Beattie. Well, I've got to say, not only have I been impressed by Boruc's handling, his kicks have been very acceptable, because he's dealing very well with the back pass. Now Zurawski comes back to Varga. Zurawski again very deep, and well, you could see that was very late by Johansson on Neil Lennon. He didn't appreciate that. Away by Balde. Back by McCarthy. De Vries is in. Boruc is there again. And I think the goalkeeper got a touch in that with perhaps his right hand.
Yeah, again doing very well, Boruc, but Stan Varga caught the wrong side of de Vries, spinning him. Actually, Stan Varga slipped, but de Vries going through. Balde looking to get back, but Boruc getting a touch onto the post, and again, another very good save.
Absolutely fabulous. He's got his right hand to it. He's conceded the corner with the help of the post, and now they're under pressure again. They've got this corner to defend. Williams will take it. Away by Balder. Craig Beattie down, it looks like. But he's back on his feet again. And now, well, it's just, I mean, for it to be a pre-season friendly, it's now getting rather meaty.
Yeah, it started off friendly, but after the first 10 minutes, you could see that Leicester were up for it. A few naughty challenges going in, and now we see Baldy. Dublin involved, I think. Baldy was keen for them to put the ball out the park because Beattie was injured. But this game ready to kick off, I think, Brian.
Well, the lad McCarthy was in there as well, so it's a bit of 6 and half a dozen of the other, but Peter Walton telling people to just calm things down ever so slightly. It's just not needed.
Yeah, I think the referee needs to obviously stamp his authority on the game and calm people down a wee touch. We've already seen him having a word with Danny Tiato, but nothing wrong with this. You expected it not to be a friendly tonight, but again, let the referee do his job and stamp down in the naughty challenges. But
well, Boric gets it back again. Celtic build from the back. Kamara closed down quickly by Silla. That's a very interesting battle tonight. Silla and Kamara up against each other.
Well, he's tried to get forward at every opportunity, but Silla, there was nobody playing up against him at Fulham at the weekend. Celtic on the attack now.
Good pass from Zurawski for Craig Beattie. He's up against Stearman. Tries to go round the outside. Gets the ball in. Good save from Douglas. John Hartson was there. He's there again. Aidan McGeady with the second shot. And Celtic just couldn't force it into the back of the net. They still have possession. Kamara. Now Zurawski again. Muscled out by Momo Silla. You can see he's out to prove a point tonight. Chris Sutton gets it back now. Aidan McGeady. Checking inside again. And just one player too many. Wesolowski takes it off him very easily. Now De Vries. Well, that was better from Celtic.
Yeah, absolutely terrific play from Craig Beattie. Committed the full back and got a terrific ball into the box. Rob Douglas getting a parry, and it was a wee bit of a melee. John Hartson had a couple of opportunities, and Aidan McGeady, but couldn't find the back of the net. But better stuff from Celtic.
Yeah, and another day it would have went in. John Hartson did very well.
Yeah, but again, Leicester getting the players back and trying to defend their goal, getting their players on the line there. We see it there. Craig Beattie, terrific ball into the box. First effort blocked, and doing everything possible, getting their body in the way to try and stop the ball from getting into the goal, and then finally clearing the danger. But terrific play
Gareth
from Beattie.
Williams with a shot. Well, Celtic having trouble just trying to clear their 18-yard line. It eventually fell to the Leicester City midfielder, and he did the right thing. He took the opportunity and he tried to force it in.
Yeah, much was expected of this guy in the Scotland team early doors when it was at Nottingham Forest. Now taking the move to Leicester. Terrific strike, but just can pass the post. And obviously Celtic have got to be aware of the danger of the ball getting played up to Dion Dublin and De Vries. And quick support from Gareth Williams, but this time not being able to find the target.
It's getting very physical out there. John Hartson getting a lot of punishment, like some of his colleagues as well. Varga wide for Kamara. Now Varga starting again for Celtic. Less than 5 minutes to go until half-time. It was in for Petrov. Stearman got it. Tiato looking for De Vries. He's up against Balder. And two very, very imposing figures.
Yeah, we knew that was going to be a heavyweight contest. Either De Vries or Dublin against Baldy or Varga, and it's turned out to be the case. But there's a nasty challenge from Bobo Baldy going over the top there.
Well, the youngster, James Wesolowski, has been on the receiving end there. And Mabry, McGeady, didn't know that the play had been stopped.
Yeah, Wesolowski coming out second best. You don't like to see these challenges. Here it is again, look, right over the top. And Wesolowski coming out second best, but certainly Bobo Baldy, he's a massive frame of a man. but he should have been tackling properly there, going over the ball, and again, that's an indication of the wee frustrations that's been creeping into this game tonight.
Well, I think Peter Walton, on another day, if this was a league match, the cards would have been flying.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's a league match, a friendly, a game down the park on a Sunday morning. You should be able to see or be able to identify bad challenges, and that certainly was one there, and Veselowski looks to be in trouble, Brian.
Well, for the Leicester City youngster who's come up through the youth ranks, he is having problems. It was a very, very strong challenge by Bobo Balde, and that's the end of the game for him. The signal there going to Craig Levine that Wesolowski has had his time on the pitch.
Yeah, and it's again disappointing for the young fella, because he's done very well in the game, and obviously went in 50-50 with Balde, but came out second best. But again, it's unfortunate, and hopefully it won't be as serious as it's looking at the moment, but remains to be seen, and we'll find out later on what the actual damage is. But he started off the game very well, Veselowski.
Well, here's hoping it's not too serious for Wesolowski, and of course for young Gary Irvine.
Yeah, Irvine getting injured as well, and obviously we spoke about the disappointment of that. He played very well. There we see the challenge again. Yeah, very late, right down the shin of Wesolowski, and he looks as if he's in serious bother, the young lad. Yet they're obviously get the stretcher on, the doctor's there, so it's not looking too good at this moment for the young chap.
Well, it looks as if they've got the gas and air out there, because the doctor at the back, you know, I mean...
Yeah, obviously he's in bother, because you knew right away that it was a meaty challenge, but as I say, hopefully they'll get him off, get him his treatment, and hopefully he'll be okay.
Well, obviously this is ominous for young Wesolowski. He is indeed in problems there, and the only thing we can do, we wish him well.
Yeah, you just hope for the best, and hopefully it will just be probably as a bad injury, but hopefully it's not a leg break, it's maybe just a gash to the shin. But it's disappointing for the young lad, because he was having a very good game.
Well, Joey Gudjonsson is coming on to replace him. And the young Icelander, the 25-year-old, who spent some time with Racing Genk and Erkese Valvik, well, he comes in, and let's see what he has to offer.
Well, again, similar to Wesolowski, he'll get about the midfield and get his challenges in, and obviously that's what Veselowski was earmarked to do, to get to Chris Sutton or Neil Lennon, and he was doing a very good job. Just a pity that the young lad got injured.
Stan Varga with a header. It's not down to Beattie. And Craig Beattie goes long. 2 minutes of time has been added on. Now Douglas with the clearance. Nice touch from Silla, trying to get beyond Kamara. Well, what do you make of the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, again, Celtic obviously into their second game. Got to take a wee bit more time in the last third with their final ball. But again, it's been a good workout. Boruc has been the pick of the bunch. Kamara's trying to get forward at every opportunity. So again, there's plus points tonight for Gordon Strachan to look at. But for me, the goalkeeping situation has been terrific. He now knows that he's got a goalkeeper who wants to go and command his area, and that's very encouraging for everybody at Celtic.
Free kick. Fell against Mark de Vries. And that man there, he's been quite outstanding for Celtic on his debut. And McCarthy will take this one, who will look to go long. Looking for Dublin and De Vries. That's exactly where he goes. Varga with a header, comes down to Mo Silla, and the flashing shot across the face of the goal. Mark de Vries just couldn't reach it.
Yeah, it looked as if he was going to shape up to get a very good shot in at goal, but pulling it across the goal. And I think if de Vries would have got any contact, then you would find the assistant referees flagging up, because he'd looked in an offside position. But again, Good play from Celtic, pushing out to the edge of their box, trying to catch Leicester offside.
Boric, and that's it. The last action of the half-time, of the first 45 minutes rather. And of course, it's still goalless at the moment.
It's been an excellent game for them so far tonight. Good standard. They've got to get a wee bit sharper. Zarowski, welcome to Scottish or English football. He knows he's going to get the attention from centre halves now, maybe in the continent. He's going to get the ball up to him, and he's going to have his first touch. Now he's only going to be able to take half a touch with people breathing down his neck, so he's got to get that sharpness very, very quickly.
Well, from what I can see, Gordon Strachan has made no more changes, and neither has Craig Levein. Of course, he was forced into that change and to bring on Joey Gudjonsson, so he comes into the heart of the midfield alongside Gareth Williams. So Peter Walton, Zarowski and Hartson about to get the second half underway here at the Walker Stadium. And all we can really say is here's hoping we get more of the same from Artur Boric.
Yeah, most certainly. He was obviously the find of the first half. He had a terrific game, commanding his area. Communication looked good. Obviously saving the penalty and got off to a flyer. But he really looks apart, Brian, and long may it continue.
Now Peter Walton bringing the game back for that foul on Aidan McGeady.
These are the situations that I'm talking about, Brian. They've got to maybe take care and getting a decent ball into the box. Look for Hartson, Varga, Baldi. They do have a bit of advantage in there.
McGeady's free kick away by Dublin. Neil Lennon does very well. Well, that's a look, could have been a solo one on Beattie from Gudjonsson. It's been headed back by Alan Mabry to Rob Douglas.
It wasn't the worst ball in the world. He got it into a decent area, but Dion Dublin again back lending a hand to his defenders, cleared the danger, but that was a better ball into the box. Got to take care with the deliveries.
Well, here go Leicester City again, and the clearance second time around by Stan Varga. Niels Johansson giving it back to Rob Douglas. Now this will be interesting. Hartson coming up against his former colleague. Nice flick on by Silla. Now Mark De Vries looking for Silla in the overlap. Kamara spots it. It's well done.
Yeah, get beat in there, and obviously Silla went to join up with the front player, but Kamara getting back. Again, very good cover and getting back to snuff out the danger of Silla getting up that right-hand side again. He's had a good start to his Celtic career, very good on Saturday and good in the first half tonight again. So again, another plus point of the game tonight.
Foul on Alan Mabry there by Aidan McGeady. Now Leicester City have the chance to apply some pressure on Celtic. It's away by Varga, good header. It's back out again, almost the same position from the free kick. Mo Silla. McCarthy being forced back all the way. Giving it back to Rob Douglas. Petrov won't get there. Now Varga's got to win this one. De Vries gets a little flick on. Dion Dublin wasn't fouled, and really for Mo Kamara, I just wonder how he got his left foot out there, and he did enough to put off Mark De Vries, who was getting ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah, decent defending, but another mix-up in the Celtic defence. Three defenders running out, Varga running back in, so it's 6s and 7s again. They've got to really get this sorted out, but again, you've got to commend Kamara for getting back in again and snuffing out the danger.
Another Leicester City corner. Varga got there. McGeady waited, Danny Tiato didn't. And it's Williams again. He's doing well with the set piece from the right-hand side. And Sutton wins the throw-in for Celtic. Don't forget, more live action on Thursday night. It's coming from the east end of Glasgow. Sporting Lisbon are the visitors to come up against Gordon Strachan's side, and that will be a very tough challenge, and you can see all the action live here on Celtic TV. Little flick on by Hartson. Zarowski's got it. Petrov bundled over by Gudjonsson. Varga looking for Beattie. Got the best touch, but Balda does well to force it forwards. Rob Douglas will just gather that one up. McCarthy giving it back to Douglas, and Hartson, well, You just hope that he might have got a touch on there, but it wasn't to be. Beattie dispossessed by Danny Tiato. That was a late challenge.
Yeah, it was a typical striker's challenge, and obviously Beattie slotting into this right back position, but again late in the challenge, and the second half has continued from the first half. A few naughty challenges, you know.
Stearman with a free kick. Balde wins it. Sutton comes in. De Vries stays down. He's taken a knock in the face. Craig Beattie will put it out, so the Leicester City striker can get some attention. And Bobo Balde just offering the apologies. I'm quite sure it was unintentional.
Yeah, certainly the two of them were pulling, two big guys. It's a heavyweight contest, but De Vries having a go at Balde, and Balde just sort of catching him with his arm. I've no real sympathy for De Vries there, because he was at it with Balde, so Balde not at fault in that challenge.
Well, it always was going to be a very, very physical contest between Varga, Balde, De Vries and Dion Dublin. I certainly wouldn't like to be...
Yeah, it's the Royal Rumble tag match in there, I think, Brian, and certainly De Vries coming off second best against Bobo Balde that time.
Well, again, the Celtic supporters, they must be very, very impressed by Artur Boruc, because he really is the difference between the scoreline being what it is rather than being 2 or 3-0 down, and for me he's been very, very impressive.
Yeah, commanding figure, and obviously we've mentioned right from the start, gets off to a flyer with saving the penalty in front of the Celtic supporters after 2 minutes, but certainly his overall contribution to the game, his commanding of the area, his communication with a shaky back to, he said he's work cut out at times, but certainly any danger coming on to him, he's coped very, very well with it, and he's really been defined so far in this match.
Well, De Vries is back in the park, and he'll be back for more of the same. Now Boruc, long clear out, looking for Hartson. Nice little flick on Zurawski, getting close to him and looking for the knock over the Leicester City defence. Very unlucky there for it not to happen. Away by Stearman, right-footed, up to the halfway line. Balde wins it. He's out of position, but Lennon gets a lucky break of the ball. Now Beattie, offside. Offside against John Hartson.
Yeah, you can see another touch of Levine's tactics. He's got the back four drilled very well, stepping up to leave the Celtic forwards in there. And at this moment in time, look, Leicester City looking a very good unit.
And it looks as if assistant referee of the other gender has swapped sides. She's now down below us. Douglas with the free kick. Gareth Williams against Aidan McGarry. McGarry fighting his corner very well indeed. Good touch from Zurawski to find Petrov. First time down the line by Craig Beattie. Still in Petrov's stop, but then he continued the run. It's forced inside by Stearman. Up to the halfway line by Douglas. Well, here goes camera. Well, he was just squeezed out of it there. There wasn't any room for him to go around the outside. And Alan Maybury just stood in his way. Dublin with the touch, now to De Vries. Being forced out of it. 3 Celtic jerseys all around him. Slapped by Aidan McGeady, and it's now developing into a very, very tough battle in that midfield area. Stearman, bad touch. Craig Beattie does well. And a late challenge penalised by Stearman.
Yeah, the referee catching that there, and again another dangerous challenge getting in with the straight leg. Just as Beattie's about to clear the ball, and if he connects with Beattie there, that can be another serious injury, but certainly the referee catching that one this time. But again, another indication that this is not a friendly tonight, Brian.
Boruc with the free kick, aiming for Hartson. Nice little flick. Unable to find Zurawski. Sutton went beyond him though, as well. Johansson to Danny Tiato. Balde spots it. Now Tiato gets a break of the ball. Balde will look to stretch the legs and win the ball back. He does it. Danny Tiato not too happy with the challenge. Play continues. Lennon to Zurawski. Petrov first time looking for Hartson. It doesn't get there. Leicester City have it back. It's well done from Williams. Gudjonsson back to Williams. Well, the challenge penalised by Peter Walton. I don't know if there was too much in that one, Tosh.
Not too much in it, but just going with his wrong leg and obviously using that to his advantage. Williams we going over and getting the foul. Just a word on Zarowski. Started off the second half very well. His touch is better, getting the ball back into the midfield, and then he's on his bike looking for the ball to be played either in the channel or back up to him again. He's had a better start to the second half.
Well, Leicester City trying to force it down the right-hand side. Mabry and Mo Silla playing the 1-2. Celtic have the throw-in. Kamara with the long throw. I don't think Alan Mabry really knew what happened because McCarthy came right through the back of him. He didn't realise it was one of his own players. Zurawski's touch. Danny Tiato wins it back. Now Niels-Erik Johansson. That's ambitious. It's very ambitious.
Yeah, the ball breaking to him and about 30-40 yards out and looking as if he's going to have a go, but it would need to take a miracle to beat Boroc from that distance tonight because, as we've already mentioned, playing very well in the goal for Celtic, so very, very ambitious from Johansson.
Well, if they can't beat him from 12 yards out and maybe 7 or 8 yards out, they've got absolutely no chance from about 40. Now BT down the right-hand side. He's up against Stearman. Lit challenge again. The assistant referee, to her credit, I mean, I thought she was actually flagging for the free kick there.
Well, it should have been because it was a free kick. BT doing very well with his pace, getting beyond Stearman, but Amy really finding something that we didn't see there and giving a throw into Leicester.
Sutton and Petrov combining. McCarthy does well to stop the progress of Hartson and the ball reaching him. Mabry wide to Momo Silla. He's caught very well tonight. But he and Kamara have enjoyed the battle. And Kamara recovers very well indeed, but concedes the corner in the process.
Yeah, again, it's been a good contest down that Leicester right-hand side with Kamara and Momo Silla, but Kamara should maybe have put the ball out for a throw-in, but tried to usher the ball out and getting caught in the ball out for a corner kick. But again, another indication that he's a pacey player and can go very well defensively.
Williams with the corner and the header from Dion Dublin. He isn't happy about that, and he knows he should have hit the target.
Yeah, it's all about standards and the ball into the box. Dion Dublin rising unmarked. And that, by his standards, is a very good chance. There we see it there, yeah. Looked as if he was going to find the back of the net, but heading the ball over. Was it Dion Dublin or De Vries?
It was Dion Dublin. Yeah, he got up there. Now, Celtic supporters really trying to urge their team on. They're very vocal in their support. They always turn out in numbers, and they certainly haven't let the club down again tonight. Once more, it's been an excellent turnout from them. Momo Silla gets possession back for Leicester. It's wide, it's for Stearman. Craig Beattie does very well indeed. And really, neither of them were willing to pull out the challenge. And another challenge coming in there on Petrov. And I think Craig Beattie as well has felt the full force of that challenge.
Yeah, if he didn't get the challenge in, Celtic were in trouble because they were outnumbered at that side, and it really was a brave challenge. But again, Stearman got in late on Craig Beattie. Yeah, the two of them fully committed to the challenge. I don't think there was any malice in terms of Stearman there. It was a 50-50 challenge, but Beattie coming out second best. But really, you've got to commend Craig Beattie tonight. He's went into the right back spot and he showed a good attitude to the game, getting forward, getting tackles in and trying to lend cover to the two centre-backs as best as he can, because he's not really been used to that right-back position.
Well, that shows his commitment to the club. He's renowned for his striking prowess and abilities, but quite simply, he's prepared to go in and play where the manager asks him to play.
Well, that's right. Young Irvine gets injured, which was a disappointment for him. We wondered how he was going to tinker it, thinking he would maybe bring McManus on, but he's throwing Craig Beattie in at the deep end, and he's coped very well with it. I really like the boy's attitude to the game. Asked to go in and play, and that's exactly what he does. Very good.
If you have a squad with that kind of attitude, then really you really hope to have a promising season. Just making sure that he's okay to continue. And he's back in the action. The free kick has been taken. It's been cleared by Johansson. Lennon forces it wide to McGeady. Back inside through Sutton. Does well to hold off Gareth Williams. He's back to Varga. Sutton again down the left-hand side. Little knock inside by Lennon for McGeady. The pass, you could see what was going through McGeady's mind, but the pass just wasn't strong enough for Zurawski.
Yeah, you can see, you know exactly what he wants to do, Zurawski. He's got to get a wee bit sharper, but he knows the runs to make, and McGeady, really again, we're talking about taking care in that last third. The ball through to him wasn't good enough, but you see Zurawski trying to make the run in behind Leicester. It will come for Zurawski.
That's late on Stan Petrov, and really he voiced his opinion to the referee, young Richard Stearman. Well, he's been rather rash with his tackles, and John Hartson just cut offside there. Now, Peter Walton will be telling people to calm things down, and he's got the wrong man there. I've got to admit that. He's trying to suggest to Gareth Williams, but now he finally gets a hold of Richard Stearman.
Well, you don't mind players getting in fair and square, but certainly some of the challenges the young lads put in have not been good enough, and Petrov's shown his discontent there, and young Stearman and the referee obviously picking it up, but some of the challenges have been a wee bit naughty, to say the least, Brian.
Well, who could blame Stelian Petrov for being annoyed at that? It's forced on the right-hand side by Alan Mabry. Balder will have to watch this one, but he uses his presence, and both he and, of course, Mark de Vries getting involved again. There's no love lost between those two, and I dare say there won't be Christmas cards being sent.
No, again, they've had a decent contest as well. Two big heavyweights going at it. But once the ball's away, then you don't like to see the raising of arms, because that gives the referee the opportunity to either boot you, or if somebody makes the most of it, send you off. So the play's gone, just got on with the game.
Good flick by Hartson. Stearman gives it back to Rob Douglas. And I just wonder if the fact that his enthusiasm is perhaps being channeled in the wrong way would force Craig Levine's hand to take off young Richard Stearman. Good header by Varga. Tiato picks up. Williams forces it through. Boric will collect.
Yeah, again, coming out, it's he's fully committed. It's his ball. He's going and taking it. Good communication again. And again, another indication that he's a very good goalkeeper.
Good header from Gudjonsson. Chris Sutton doing very well as well. Gudjonsson felt the full force of that one. Final touch came from the Icelandic midfielder, thrown to Celtic.
Referee's really got to get a grip of this game, Brian, because if he doesn't, somebody's going to again get seriously injured, because there's people going over the ball, leaving their foot in. To clamp down on this.
Leicester City have possession. Danny Tiato can't force it through to Momo Silla. Craig Beattie down the right-hand side. And this one will be left to Richard Stearman.
Ali Adiel looking as if he's going to come on now, Brian, so I think it might be Zurawski making way for him. Looks as if there's two subs. Looks as if Wallace is going to get an opportunity tonight.
Well, I think you might be right. And I think the next time the ball is forced away from the 18-yard box, then goes out, Gordon Strachan will make his move. Now Gareth Williams. Tiato playing the triangle with Stearman. Leicester City looking for a way through. They've got to go back the way and start again. Lennon does very well. Gudjonsson forces the challenge. Now Aidan McGeady trying to break for Celtic. Short to Sutton. Gudjonsson has it back. Now Leicester trying to hit on the counter-attack. De Vries in the wide area on the right. Cuts inside. Vargas stands in his way. There can only be one decision, and the referee has called it.
Yeah, it was a free kick for obstruction, and again picking the wrong option. De Vries should have released Momo Silla down the right hand side, but cutting inside and Stan Varga blocking him out for a free kick for obstruction. All started with McGeady losing the ball in a dangerous area, Leicester flooding onto Celtic, catching them on the break.
Well, the referee forcing the ball back, the regulation 10 yards. This is on the right side for Danny Tiato.
Yeah, he can hit them, Brian.
I just
He's
wonder
going to
if
have a go.
the Australian will indeed try it. He forces it beyond Zurawski. It's blocked by Neil Lennon. Offside. It's offside, and Maybury just won't give it up. I think the change will now be made. It looks as if certainly Jeremy Ali-Adier is coming on, and I think John Hartson will be going off.
Yeah, Ali-Adier. Now Zarowski will go play right up as the target man, and Ali-Adier will try and run in behind, use his pace, and it could probably suit him. 25 minutes to go, just using his pace against a tired Leicester defence. So again, you seen him at Fulham, only seen him on the monitor, didn't really get an indication of the runs that he was trying to make, but Mark McGee, I think, was impressed. He's running power in behind.
Yeah, he makes intelligent runs, and it's just about developing that partnership. Now, his first action, and of course with the little flick on there for Zurawski, it's cleared away by Leicester, forced forward by Momo Silla. Now Danny Tiato looking to force the issue. Stearman takes up a good position on the left. Craig Beattie does well. Uses his body very, very well indeed. Just, you would think that's his natural position.
Yeah, again, you've got to give the lad a lot of praise, because it isn't his natural position, but as you say, he's fitted in there very well, and he's actually playing like an experienced right back, getting his body in front and not allowing Stearman to get down the line, and the referee was absolutely correct in not giving a free kick there.
Boric with the goal kick. It's long, it's for Ali-Adier. McCarthy beats him. And again, the Celtic supporters turn up the volume. Now Gareth Williams, it's opened up for him. Will he take the route to goal? He will indeed. Left foot shot right through the Celtic defence, but right into the hands of that man, Artur Boric.
Yeah, again, getting his angles 100% correct. Great play from Gareth Williams, evading a couple of challenges, but look at the position of Boric. Not much to hit at the target there, Brian.
Stearman forces it forward, back in by Craig Beattie. Johansson winning that aerial battle above Ali-Adier. Now Silla. McCarthy. Back to Maybury. Chris Sutton does very well indeed to win the ball back from Dion Dublin. Now Petrov forcing it wide. Beattie eventually comes up. Long ball in. It's away by McCarthy again. It's well done, and it's very, very calm from Dion Dublin. Good Johansson. Maybury all the way back. Ali-Adier, a little nudge of McCarthy. He almost got away with it.
Yeah, but there you hear the manager on the touchline. I don't know if the viewers can hear him, but we certainly can, encouraging these players to shut down and get forward, and that's what you want. Obviously the enthusiasm of Gordon Strachan getting right through to the players to encourage them to shut down Leicester, and nearly carved out a chance because of it. There you hear him again.
Stearman gets a long one. Switch of the play from Danny Tiato, and Stearman gives it away. Well, that was for Stilian Petrov, but it didn't reach there. Now Craig Beattie. I just wonder if he's actually found himself a job that he really can do in the pitch that he didn't actually realise that he could actually perform. Ali-Adier. Petrov does well to keep it in, and again, well, Stearman going in with you know, another straight leg in that challenge. He's got to be very careful.
Yeah, he's young, he's enthusiastic, but there's no need for challenges like that. He should really be going for the ball, and there Stan Petrov giving him another wee nod as if he shouldn't, he's not happy with his contribution, but certainly he can play football, but he's just got to cut out the naughty challenges.
Slack clearance from Douglas. Sutton is in there. He's beaten to it by McCarthy. And Stelian Petrov did very well to pick out his Celtic colleague. Now Beattie with the throw-in. It's good intelligent play from Celtic. Chris Sutton does very well at this. Holds off players. Very strong indeed. Now Balde wins it back. Balde will continue. I think there was a little miscommunication between him and Aidan McGeady. Now Leicester City looking to hit back in the counter-attack. Maybury plays it long. Looks for De Vries. It's cleared away by Varga. Now Danny Tiato back out on this left-hand side. It's for Dublin. Balde gets there. Now Joey Gudjonsson gets support on the left-hand side from Stearman. Good interception from Sutton. Well, I would be very impressed if Momo Silla was able to get a hold of that one from Danny Tiato.
I don't think Clark Kent could have got a hold of that one from Danny Tiato.
Well, he had to take it first time, he did, but it didn't work for him. You've got to praise the fact that he really did attempt it. Little flick on by Dublin, looking for De Vries, away by Varga, only as far as Dublin.
This is when it tells, Ryan. Pre-season games, last 20 minutes, you've got to really work hard, work at your fitness, work at your concentration, and obviously try and give this.
That's very clever
Great
from
Celtic
Momo
support
Silla. That was very clever indeed. And Dion Dublin just trying to force him down the right-hand side. And the Leicester City supporters really appreciated that. Just look at this again.
Yeah, it's great skill. We've obviously seen flashes of it when he was at Celtic Park, but he's obviously limited in his appearances. But again, all the skill, and then runs himself offside. We see the good and the bad of Momo Silla.
Boric with the free kick. Away by Johansson, picked up by Sutton. Zaraski battling in the midfield area, coming very deep. Nice little touch from Beattie. Good from Ali Adier. Petrov is there. It's Ali Adier with a shot, and the save from Robert Douglas. There was a couple of times Celtic looked as if they were ready to pull the trigger, but eventually they found their way to goal.
Yeah, but you've got to say again, it comes out from good play from Craig Beattie. Really deserved better. Stearman getting a good tackle. Looks as if Stan Petrov was going to pull the trigger, but Ali Adier getting a decent shot at goal. Very good save from Robert Douglas.
McGeady with a corner. Can Celtic convert? It's away by Leicester City, back in by Lennon. Danny Tiato completes the clearance up to the halfway line. Good header from Kamara. It's given away by Stan Varga. Danny Tiato trying to switch the play. Looking for Mark De Vries. Kamara does very, very well. McCarthy knocks it down. Nobody to take up the scraps apart from Danny Tiato. Now this time a switch of the play does indeed find Momo Silla. Silla gets it, tries a little flick to go beyond Kamara, and that is very good defending.
Yeah, we've seen all aspects of his game, and he's capable as a fullback. He can defend, he can get forward, and again, he showed his qualities for Celtic tonight, as he did at Fulham on Saturday. Another good contribution from Mohamed Kamara tonight.
Gareth Williams will take the set piece for Leicester. Everyone back in around the 18-yard box. The header has just went over the crossbar. That was a very, very near thing again for Celtic. And again it came from the set piece.
Yeah, there's just too many unchallenged headers coming in from Leicester. We've seen Dion Dublin should have done better. This time De Vries, a decent header just over the top. But there should be players challenging in there. At least Varga or Bobo Balde. That is just not good enough again, Brian.
That just wasn't too far away at all. Still goalless. Now Gudjonsson. Shut down by Lennon. Stearman down the left-hand side. Balder up against Dublin. Now De Vries. Gudjonsson takes up a very good position. Williams forced back the way to Alan Maybury. Silla looking to go, but he had to come back and check back the way to try and receive that pass, which eventually has been out for another throw into Celtic. Don't forget, they're in action again on Thursday night against Sporting Lisbon at Parkhead. The game starts at 7:45. You'll see all the action live here exclusively on Celtic TV. Good touch from Maybury into the path of Silla. Lennon does well. Celtic can't keep possession. I just wonder if Gordon Strachan will be thinking about making another few changes, bearing in mind there's only 15 minutes left, Tosh.
Yeah, you could possibly see the introduction of another couple of players, but I think the last 15 minutes he might give the players that are on show an opportunity to get another 15 minutes fitness. It's all about these pre-season games, you're tired. But in the last 15 minutes you've got to fully keep your concentration. And as I said before, try and get a goal for this terrific Celtic support again.
Well, Stan Varga penalised for that challenge on Mark De Vries. Gareth Williams will take this one. And everybody but Ali Adier in the 18-yard box. It's decent by Williams. It's the knockdown from Dion Dublin and eventually cleared away. Still Celtic under pressure for the moment. They can't get possession of the ball. Leicester City getting ready to make a couple of substitutions. Douglas Long headed away by Balder. Ali Adier's pace just couldn't get him there. Rob Douglas beat him to it. And Leicester City getting ready to make a couple of changes. They're going to be bringing on Jason Wilcox and Patrick Gerabrand. Strong challenge from Balder right through the back of Gareth Williams.
Wilcox, very experienced player, has been over the course in England before. He was at Blackburn for a long spell. Now finds himself at Leicester. Going to fit in there for Danny Tiato.
Well, Danny Tiato coming off, and I think possibly the other substitute will be Niels-Erik Johansson. Niels Johansson eventually trotting off. Patrick Gerabrand coming on as well. So changes made by Craig Levein. I just wondered if Gordon Strachan will be thinking about maybe another one or two before the end of the game to rest some tired legs. Now Gareth Williams again with the set piece for Leicester City. Good header from Varga, concedes the corner though.
That's exactly the quality that you're looking for, Brian. Just get it in an area. They obviously have the height advantage of De Vries and Dion Dublin look to get their head on the ball. And Varga this time, good defending, getting it away for a corner.
Again, Gareth Williams with the set piece. Celtic will need to be careful. It's away by Lennon. Balder with the clearance, trying to force Leicester City out all the way. De Vries applying the pressure. BT inside to Varga. Nobody challenging Gudjonsson. BT left foot down the right hand side, looking for Zurawski. Now Gerabrand. And Celtic getting ready to make another substitution. Now Mark De Vries over on the far side, back to Silla. Where can he go? He's got to go back the way through Maybury. Now Gudjonsson. Chris Sutton finding Petrov. Does very well to break away in that scenario, but there was no other way for him to get away because Gudjonsson was always going to foul him. Well, another change being made by Gordon Strachan. And it's Aidan McGeady going off. Ross Wallace is coming on.
Yeah, he's worked hard tonight, McGeady. Obviously gives Wallace 10 minutes. I would like to see maybe the introduction of Maloney as well. I think it looked sharp on Saturday at Fulham. It'll give Wallace another wee chance to try and shine in that left-hand side.
Well, the news we've got in Gary Irvin is that it's not serious, so that's good news for Gordon Strachan. Now Varga. Wide looking for Zurawski. Beattie goes in the overlap, but Zurawski brings it under control and checks inside. Lennon running into a little bit of trouble, but gets the free kick. Neil Lennon will take the free kick. We're into the last 10 minutes here at the Walker Stadium. It's low into the feet of Ali Adier. Now Balder gets it back from Neil Lennon. Balder wide looking for Zurawski, but Richard Stearman does very well. Lennon into the feet of Ali Adier. Well, that's got to be a free kick on Stilin Petrov. Petrov takes it quick to Zurawski. Tries to force the issue, tries to find a way through to goal. Lennon goes back to Chris Sutton. Ali Adier can't get there. Still Celtic putting the pressure on. And eventually Leicester City clear it away, but Balder with a long header. That will go into Rav Douglas. Dublin fouled by Neil Lennon. Wide by Gareth Williams to Maybury, trying to send off Silla down the right-hand side. Clearance by Varga. Little nudge in the back of Ross Wallace. Welcome to the action. Maybury still nipping away at his heels. Kamara up to the halfway line. That's got to be a free kick. Gudjonsson trying to bring Leicester City forward. De Vries telling him where he did want it, not where he played it. And that went right into the hands of Artur Boric. Now, he's had a splendid outing tonight for Celtic. Ali Adier forced out of that one. De Vries lost it. Gareth Williams gets it back for Leicester City. 4 green jerseys around him. He'll try from distance. It opens up for him. Good shot. Very, very good save from Boric.
Yep, another good piece of goalkeeping. Gareth Williams, you've got to say, has played well for Leicester tonight. Checking back. Bobo Wildy taking the dummy, left-footed shot, but what a terrific save that is as well, Brian. That's good taking away, good athleticism to get to his right-hand side and turn the ball round for a corner.
Corner taken again. Drops down to Stan Varga. Zurawski comes away with it. Ali Adier gets it back to Craig Beattie. Good pass, good passing movement from them. Beattie goes down, he looks for the penalty. He's distraught. Peter Walton didn't even look twice at it.
No wonder he knew right away that it wasn't a penalty, but again, terrific burst from Beattie. Obviously playing right back tonight, but showing his attacking prowess and getting himself forward and trying to carve out a chance for himself. But Beattie showed a great attitude to the game tonight, and I've been very impressed with him.
Now Craig Levine makes another change. Mark De Vries goes off, Chris O'Grady comes on. So I just wonder if Mr. De Vries has had enough. Craig Levine looks none too impressed. Leicester City will get the game started again. Away by Varga, high up to the halfway line. Stearman beats Zurawski. O'Grady couldn't get to that one. Long by Kamara. It's well done by Zurawski, trying to set off Ali Adier. The pass wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, it was unfortunate though, because he obviously knew where his strike partner wanted the ball, and again, just that final pass in the last third not good enough. But they're showing signs that they know each other, where they want each other to play the ball, and Adier getting off his mark, but just the final ball from Zurawski not good enough.
Well, 5 minutes remaining here at the Walker Stadium, still goalless. That's how Saturday finished up. Now, will it be the exact same here tonight? Away by McCarthy. O'Grady brings it down, but Stan Varga strong in the challenge, forced it forward by Kamara. It drops in behind Ali Adier. Stearman gets himself into a little bit of a problem or two, but recovers very, very well indeed. And he'll be looking to develop that relationship between himself and Zurawski. Douglas with a long clearance. Good Johnson getting it back to Stearman now. Dion Dublin. Sutton closing him down very quickly. Thinks it's his throw-in. He's none too impressed with the decision. And Chris Sutton will get a little word from the match referee. Now Stearman. Not a lot of movement in front of him. Dion Dublin looks for it, gets it, and gives it all the way back into Gerbrand. Now Alan Maybury. Good pass looking for Momo Silla, but Stan Varga spots it and cuts out the threat. And these two are enjoying playing against each other. It really was an excellent pass to set off Momo Silla down the right-hand side. And good vision from Varga. Now again, Gareth Williams with the corner, headed away by Neil Lennon. Well, that's a foul on Ross Wallace. There's absolutely no question about that whatsoever. And the clock just running down very, very fast now. There will be 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. So roughly just about 5 minutes to go here in the city of Leicester. Petrov back to Varga, first time out to Kamara. Wallace coming, looking for it, but Kamara closed down very quickly by Momo Silla. Slack by Dublin. Sutton gets it back. Now O'Grady. And Sutton doing very well indeed, just to use all his body and physique to make sure Celtic gain the throw-in. Kamara forcing it up, good header from Petrov, who gets back on his feet again to join in the action. Beattie checked back in the way. Ross Wallace is available. He finds him. Maybury closes him down. And the cross, well, it's not what Wallace intended. You can just see by his reaction that he knows that really it should have been a better delivery. I just wonder what's going through his mind tonight. One thing for certain, he will be very, very satisfied by his acquisition of Artur Boruc. There's absolutely no question about that. Douglas with a long goal kick. Well, Chris Sutton reckons it was foul. Dion Dublin none too happy about the decision. And there will be another free kick to Celtic. Varga will take it long. Sutton has went onto the Leicester City defence. Petrov gets it down, takes the first time volley. Well, he had to take it very quickly. He was being closed down, and from that kind of distance he has hit the back of the net, as their SPL rivals, well, used to be Dundee, they knew all about that a couple of years ago. Goals coming from the midfield area can be very, very crucial in a campaign of any sort. Now Bite gets it back to Boric, and again he deals very, very well with the back pass. He's very confident with the ball at his feet, and he knows how to command his area. Now that's another free kick again. Now Joey Gudjonsson will be spoken to by Peter Walton. He will be issued by the match referee of a yellow card for his troubles, and really, quite simply, it's long overdue. Joey Gudjonsson, he's been at it ever since he came on. Still in Petrov, really, on more than one occasion, has been on the receiving end, and he gets a yellow card for his troubles. Into stoppage time now. Ross Wallace with the delivery. Can Celtic sneak a winner? Douglas with the long throw to find O'Grady. Morsilla with the support on the right-hand side of midfield. Gareth Williams, little touch, Varga will put it back, or will he? Eventually he clears away for the corner, and I think he was perhaps looking for Boric to come and collect, but Boric stood his ground, and eventually Varga cleared it away. And Celtic will need to keep the concentration up. Wilcox will go over, a change of tactic. Corner coming in with the left foot of Wilcox. Dublin is there with a header, and well, Artur Boruc reckons his jersey was being pulled, but again another header, another chance for Leicester City. You can see Artur Boruc, well, he reckons he was fouled, but it was a free header from Dion Dublin. That won't please the manager, and thankfully it went over the crossbar. 30 seconds of stoppage time remaining. It looks as if certainly it's going to finish up 0-0. Balder down the right-hand side looking for Beattie. He will have to go into the box very quickly indeed. Comes to Ali Adier, can't control it. And eventually McCarthy forces it away. But Kamara gets it back for Celtic. Now Ross Wallace. And Ross Wallace taken out very heavily by Alan Maybury. But Wallace gets back on his feet. Gets the delivery in. Ali Adier had it taken away from him by McCarthy. And that will be that as far as the action is concerned here at the Walker Stadium. And for Celtic, well, they have got one man to thank, and it's the Polish goalkeeper, Artur Boruc, and sporting handshakes between Gordon Strachan and Craig Levine. And for me, the man of the match is the goalkeeper, because quite simply he was outstanding. The first one coming with a penalty save on 2 minutes from Dion Dublin, and then a couple of shots coming in from Mark de Vries, and he has kept Celtic in the game with some excellent saves and a very, very outstanding debut for me. Full-time score here at the Walker Stadium. It finished up Leicester City 0, Celtic 0.
Manager Gordon Strachan, who's with Margot.
Gordon, no goals, but plenty of talking points. What's your thoughts on that one?
Well, most of the talking points that were Leicester created a lot of problems for us. They played a real high-tempo game and real physical game with no lack of skill. And that's the level you can get to in this, the first division in England. And I think it surprised our lads, because after such a footballing game on Saturday with the Premiership Club Fulham, I think the intensity surprised our lads, and we really couldn't get going. But it's a lesson for us, because there's got to be intensive games during the league this year, and we have to be able to handle it. We have to come up with an alternative.
The keeper was involved in the first incident, Artur Boruc, his debut, and he saved that and then went from strength to strength.
Well, that's ironic, isn't it? The Polish magic misses on the Saturday, and he pulls out a great save. And I thought he was magnificent between the sticks, to be honest with you. And he had to be good tonight.
It was a tough game, and obviously it's been mentioned before that Celtic don't play friendlies, but nobody wants to get injured, and young Gary Everin had to get taken off. Any update?
Well, it's no good. We'll just keep our fingers crossed. It has got to be good, but it's not great now. And really, if you look, I watched Aston Villa last night, and I turned around and they had 2 players for the position. I turned around and had a look, and the kids we had on there, but it's clear as hell we need to bring along for these kids. So we're hoping to get players back and fit, because it's very hard to ask these players to keep playing all the friendlies.
You said we should expect to see players playing in different positions. You put Craig Beattie on to replace Gary at right back. Is that something that you'd had in mind earlier?
I had it in mind, but I'd rather not had the emergency to do it. I'd rather take Gary an hour and then put Beats there to have a look at it. But that's sod's law, isn't it?
Positives too, and Kamara performed well again, and Jeremy Adair looked sharp when he came on.
Yeah, we just felt we needed a wee bit of movement in the second half. But we need to be able to change. We just can't say, like, this is the way we play. If teams are getting on top of us, well, we've got to change it for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then when the game gets lengthened, then we can play again.
You don't want to obviously miss anybody in defence. You talked about it being short back there. Is there going to be any movement before the deadline on Thursday?
Well, we're hoping to get people in, but it's no easy. And I don't really want to get players just to cover for 2 or 3 months. But as you say, and I've heard it before, the squad's short, but I don't. What you've seen tonight is what we've got with us.
Plenty to think about ahead of the game on Thursday then.
Oh, there's plenty.
Great,
Thank you,
thanks very
Ta.
much. Cheers, Gordon.
Thanks very much, Ta.
So